Good morning. Thank you for joining our webinar on voice enabling Microsoft Teams. My name is Robert Schweiss. I'm a senior technical advisor with iSimplify. iSimplify is a cloud-first consulting firm. We provide service to firms seeking to migrate to the cloud for telephony, contact center, productivity and collaboration, and software-defined networking. We provide value to our clients by providing the art of the possible when exploring the landscape of various cloud-based solutions. We focus on identifying business outcomes and surfacing solution providers who can deliver those outcomes to our customers. As we all know, many companies have done very well during the COVID-19 crisis. Microsoft is definitely one of those companies. As employees were sent home, they became dependent on tools like Microsoft Teams to efficiently communicate with both coworkers and customers. Teams usage has exploded from 32 million daily users to 77 million daily users. Teams has proven to be a great tool when collaborating with other Teams users, but a hole exists when you attempt to communicate with people outside of the Microsoft ecosystem. Microsoft has offered a fairly costly solution to add voice to their very limited functionality. Microsoft has recently opened the platform to allow other providers to offer a more robust enterprise voice solutions for Teams users. Today, we are going to briefly discuss that option. During the course of my career, I worked for Microsoft in 2008. At the time, they had a great product offering called Microsoft Office Communicator. They later rebranded the product to Microsoft Lync, and after the purchase of Skype, it became Skype for Business. The product has never really reached the level of maturity for most organizations to consider a full replacement for their PBX platform. You have to consider Microsoft's philosophy with respect to their application stack. They want to have a healthy partner ecosystem, and I believe this is the direction they're taking when they're pursuing voice inside of Microsoft Teams today. To enable voice inside of Microsoft Teams, you'll need a Microsoft 365 phone system license and a calling plan. Every provider is dependent on the Microsoft 365 phone system license to offer you voice inside of your Teams client. The calling plan is where customers have a number of options. They can purchase a plan directly from Microsoft, or they can leverage a third party that can typically offer a more competitive or more feature-rich experience. We consider there to be two primary provider types in that space that can offer alternatives to the limited Microsoft Voice offering. Basic voice providers who are simply connecting a public service telephone network number to your Teams interface and letting you enjoy the same experience you would have had if you had simply subscribed to the Microsoft Voice offering. But typically they do this for a much more competitive offering, price-wise. Then there are full platform providers, and they are established cloud-based providers who can offer a direct replacement for your current phone system, who will simply use Microsoft Teams as an endpoint or a device for their services. So just like you can add a Polycom phone to your cloud-based telephony service, Microsoft Teams can be a replacement for that Polycom phone. This affords those providers with the opportunity to offer a much broader range of service offerings than simply delivering a call to your Teams interface. Additionally, since they're using Teams as an endpoint, they are not dependent on Microsoft for providing core functionality for your telephony. They can operate even if Microsoft is down or suffering a service impairment. What is a full platform? They can offer additional services other than just delivering dial tone, as I mentioned. They can offer a number of different options as far as hunt groups. They can have a full auto attendant and global directory with people who live inside of Teams and people who live outside of Teams. They can offer call recording, SMS and MMS functionality, automatic call distribution, integration into your line of business applications like Salesforce or ServiceNow or Zendesk. They also can support common area phones and conference room phones and overhead paging. They can provide you with operators consoles. They can support fax. They can provide you with tools for blocking unwanted calls. And they can provide you with mobile applications as an endpoint, or you can simply leverage the Microsoft Teams mobile application as your endpoint. On the left side of your screen, I've shown you a small sample of providers that currently have solutions in the marketplace today, but every day there are more and more people being added into that ecosystem. Microsoft just last year opened up their API to allow people to develop and integrate into Teams. So as the market matures, there are going to be more and more providers that you'll be able to choose from. So what does iSimplify do? We basically help you analyze and assess what your business requirements are. We try to expose various technology providers that can provide solutions to address those business requirements. We create choices for you, very simply put. We also sit down with you and help you map out your pricing and to delivery ROI. So when you're trying to weigh what's the cost of my on-premise phone system versus going to a cloud-based solution, we can map all that out for you because they're two very different operating models. One is a combination of an OpEx and a CapEx model, and the other is simply an OpEx model. Once you choose a provider, and I want to make sure you understand that you are always in control, you choose the provider, we will stay alongside you and help project manage. We will make sure that whatever was committed in the sales process is conveyed to the implementation team, and we will hold them accountable on your behalf to make sure that they deliver. After you're on your new solution, we also act as an additional resource for you if you ever have any issues or challenges with your provider. We work as an ongoing escalation point on your behalf. We simply want to help make sure that you make the right choice. And the reason why we participate so heavily is our vendors pay our fees. So if we bring a solution to you and you end up choosing one of our providers, it costs you nothing for our services. Our providers are happy to pay those fees is because they know that we are going to bring them a client who is prepared to move to the cloud, understands all the ins and outs of moving to the cloud, and is going to be a good long-term account for them. We help you navigate that field of providers to make sure that we find the best provider that fits your business needs. Thank you very much for your time today. If we can be of service, my contact information is listed above. Please feel free to reach out by phone or by email. I am glad to take your call, or if you'd like, simply send me a text. Have a great day.